This is the age of the multidimensional self.
Hello there, this is Planet Frog from Divine Alchemy Healing, and I'm here to read for you 4 cards that I've pulled while asking the question, where is the awakening? Where is it going? Where has it been? And how are we trying to get there? What is the final outcome of our awakening? All those kinds of thoughts going through my mind while I've been shuffling these cards. And so very quickly what we have here is a 4-card spread. The first card, the 7 of Swords, representing the present moment. The Hermit, representing the past. The 4 of Wands, representing the near future. And the Queen of Swords, representing the distant future. I'll start with the present moment. I'll jump quickly to the past, and then we'll move on to the rest of the cards. But the present moment is always interesting to contemplate and just focus on a little, I think, just to start with. And what we have here is, of course, the 7 of Swords. It's often a card which has a degree of trickery or deception about it. This man, he's stealing 5 of the swords, tiptoeing away. He's aware of what he's doing. There's perhaps some sort of embattlements in the background. So what does this mean in terms of the reading? Well, I get 2 pictures here. In one sense, it could mean that this is, if it is humanity, it's stealing something from a higher power. So it might be a little bit like Prometheus stealing fire from the gods. It may mean, of course, that we're in a period of self-deception, that we're denying ourselves a full view of all the ideas that are at hand at the moment. It may, of course, represent the powers that be themselves, stealing something or pinching something, perhaps distorting reality in some way for the encampment behind them, which is representative of humankind. What could these swords represent? Well, it could be anything, couldn't it? It could be the multiple competing narratives that we are expected to juggle with in order to discern truth. It could be representative of some sort of weaponry that the powers that be perhaps have inflicted on humanity and perhaps have attempted to stop us from being able to protect ourselves. Our immune system. So, there's many ways to look at this card. It may be that this thief, if you will, is actually taking back what is rightfully theirs. It may be an ability to boost our ability to protect ourselves. We just don't know at the moment. It's uncertain. What we do know is that we have the Hermit as the past. The Hermit is a very solitary, lonely character, part of the major arcana, and therefore perhaps you could say that all of the cards that follow the Hermit here are part of his dream. He stands alone, eyes down, holding a pole with a lantern lifted up. He's seeking truth from within. And we are at a point of crisis in terms of being able to define what is real and what is not real at the moment. And with things like AI, if everything wasn't complicated already enough, things are only going to get more critical. more acute in terms of trying to define what is real, what is truth. You know, we've come from this period, particularly in the West, of real liberalism in terms of looking at things from a relative point of view. Relativity can sort of really set us in stone, well, in between two stones, really, of everything having a different but justified perspective. And if we stay in duality for too long, we miss the greys in between. If we're trapped between black and white, and perhaps, you know, with especially in the West, which is really all I can speak of, all this chaos and all these ideas, perhaps the hermit has been trying to find some wisdom in by taking himself away and reflecting deep within. What is truth? What can we anchor ourselves and our perceptions into, in knowing that, in a knowing that never changes, in a perennial wisdom? That's what he's looking for. He's not looking for an outer conflict, an outer battle. He's looking within inside himself, and in terms of the awakening of humanity, that certainly is very true, isn't it? That we are, on an individual level, but also as a collective, looking inside of ourselves. If we move on to the near future, perhaps after a slight negativity or shadow that these cards tell us, there's positivity there, there's comfort, there's a welcoming home. There's two people holding wreaths up above their heads, celebrating your return, celebrating perhaps the return of human authenticity, that the dreams that are represented by the four staves, the four wands, if you will, have come together to announce themselves, that we are heading towards a brighter period. We are being welcomed. Perhaps these two characters in the foreground here represent the best of ourselves, our guides. And the castle in the background represents where we want to get to. Some sort of stability, some sort of certainty, establishment that isn't corrupted, that isn't distorted, that offers us, and perhaps those who follow on from us, a sense of future. In the long-term view, the Queen of Swords arrives. Who knows, perhaps she's sitting there in the castle, awaiting our return. She's wise, she's calm. She encourages us to not fall into perspectives based purely on our own biases. She has wisdom, she has strength, she is a protector, but she's also not without compassion and nurturing. You know, in some ways she perhaps represents a coming together of the masculine and feminine. As I say, a bit like the King of Wands, a somewhat enigmatic character. The sword, I think, represents truth, and it's lovely that we have the truth coming to meet us at the end of the reading where the hermit was once seeking it. So she represents a finality, coloured with femininity but care, and she's not afraid to say what she thinks. She encourages us to do the same. She wants us to be frank with her. She wants us to be frank with each other. She represents a time and a place where the confusion and deception of the past has been dissolved by our own introspection, leading to some kind of sense of comfort and establishment where she can act as a ruler for all of us, within us, and lead us to a more awakened time, a more aware time, a more conscious time. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and thank you for existing. This is Planet Frog, reading the tarot cards. Like, share and subscribe, and perhaps I'll see you for another reading another time. Take care. Bye bye.